Imagine a giant container ship sailing from Shanghai to Rotterdam. Its destination is Europe. But instead of taking the shortest route, the ship turns south. It crosses the Indian Ocean, sails around the Cape of Good Hope, and then heads north toward Europe. The result? Around 3,000 to 3,500 extra nautical miles and 10 to 14 additional days at sea. Why would the world's largest shipping companies deliberately choose a longer and more expensive route? The answer lies in one of the most important bottlenecks in global trade, the Red Sea and the Suez Canal. Opened in 1869, the Suez Canal eliminated the need for ships traveling between Europe and Asia to sail around Africa. Today, vessels leaving China, South Korea, and Southeast Asia can cross the Indian Ocean, enter the Red Sea through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, pass through Suez, and reach the Mediterranean. Under normal conditions, around 12 to 15% of global trade passes through this corridor. Think of it as a highway connecting the industrial centers of Asia and Europe, but its alternative is thousands of miles longer. Since November 2023, attacks on commercial vessels in and around the Red Sea have changed the calculation. For shipping companies, route planning is no longer simply about distance and fuel. Crew safety, cargo value, insurance costs, security risks, and the value of the vessel itself must also be considered. As a result, major shipping companies began diverting vessels away from the Red Sea and around Africa. The Cape of Good Hope was suddenly back at the center of global trade. At first, this might seem like a fuel problem, but in shipping, time is also capacity. Imagine an Asia-Europe voyage taking 2 weeks longer. The ship still exists, the containers still exist, the ports are still operating. But the ship returns 2 weeks later to collect its next cargo. Multiply that delay across hundreds of vessels, and part of the world's shipping capacity effectively becomes trapped at sea. During severe disruption, estimates suggested that around 5 to 7% of global container capacity, roughly 1.3 to 1.8 million TEU, could be tied up by longer voyages. Consider a shipping company operating 10 vessels between Asia and Europe. Its schedule is designed as a continuous cycle. Now add 10 days to every voyage. To maintain the same frequency, the company needs more ships. If those ships aren't available, fewer sailings can be offered. This is why the crisis isn't simply about burning more fuel. It reduces the efficiency of the entire shipping network. And when effective capacity falls, freight prices rise. Asia-Europe container rates have experienced major fluctuations, with periods showing premiums of 25 to 40% or more compared with normalized pre-crisis levels. But freight isn't the only additional cost. Insurance matters too. Operating in a high-risk region can introduce additional war risk premiums and security costs. Shipping companies therefore face a difficult choice: take the shorter but riskier route through the Red Sea, or take the longer route around Africa. Choosing the Cape of Good Hope means more fuel, more days at sea, longer crew deployments, later container returns, and delayed loading schedules. And those costs move through the supply chain. But the real problem doesn't end at the port. Inside one of those containers might be a component that an entire factory is waiting for. This is where one of modern manufacturing's greatest achievements becomes one of its greatest vulnerabilities: just-in-time production. Modern factories don't want to store millions of components for months. Inventory requires warehouses, locks up capital, and creates the risk of parts becoming obsolete. Instead, manufacturers try to receive components shortly before they are needed. This makes production highly efficient, but it also makes timing critical. Imagine a European car factory waiting for electronic components from Asia. Engines, seats, body panels, and thousands of other parts may already be available. But if one critical electronic module is still aboard a ship sailing around Africa, the vehicle cannot be completed. A delay at sea becomes a delay on the factory floor. The same problem affects electronics, machinery, agriculture, and many other industries. A component worth only a few dollars can delay a machine worth hundreds of thousands. Food products face another problem: time. Refrigerated containers can slow deterioration, but they cannot stop it forever. And agriculture also depends on global shipments of fertilizer, machinery, packaging, spare parts, and animal feed. This is why the Red Sea crisis is much more than a shipping problem. A disruption at one narrow maritime corridor can spread through ships, ports, warehouses, factories, and eventually reach consumers. Global trade operates on a planetary scale,